Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, my name's Elaine. I'm known as what? LBE. Alright, y'all, so we're back with another video. We're actually going to make a bow for the one we did earlier this morning, late last night, whichever way you want to, whenever you saw the video. But anyway, I'm going to use 3 different colors just because. Okay, I've already put this in a cellophane bag. I use my 30 by 40 cellophane bag for these big buckets. It works out very well. I still have to trim a bit off the top when I make a basket in this size or whatever, but it still works out very well. For those of you new to my channel, I don't really do a lot of shrink wrapping when it comes to material items like this, like the softer material and stuff like that. I just keep my shrink wrapping to a bare minimum. That's just my style. It's the way I flow. Some people love shrink wrapping a lot. I, however, do not. Anywho, I am using this white, which is the white I told you guys that I put around the towel and the wearable blanket. I put this white around there. I'm also going to add in some texture, which this is the texture I chose to add in. All of this ribbon comes from Sam's. And then I'm going to add in my blue. This is all new ribbon this season. For those y'all who may have a question in regards to that. This is all new season, so you actually have a chance to go out and get this ribbon. I do not do measurements, okay? I just flow how I flow, okay? The best way I can tell you how I do it is I take me a loop, I make me a loop, what I think I want it to look like. This is my loop so far. I got my tail going there, and then I just hold it up against the basket to determine if that loop is the right size or not. Because I'm telling you, some of these bows you can make too big of a bow for some different size of a basket, okay? Believe me, I've been there and I've done that, okay? So again, I take it, I hold it up, I get my measurements, and I'm like, okay, that's where I want to flow. So what I do is I go ahead and cut off. Now this is one of the bows where it's not for the ones with the hands problems, okay? Sometimes I do this bow, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what mood I'm in. But once I cut that first piece, I just cut me some more. I usually try to do like, I want it as full as I can possibly get it, so I usually try to do like 4 to 5 pieces. Because and I always like to use at least one, what is this, 2.5 inch ribbon, and then 2 1.5 inch ribbon, and that's the width. That just gives me a different, flow of the bow, and then also it just again changes up the texture of it just a little bit. But like I said, I like to do at least 4 to 5 pieces. Now this is a bow that's a little time consuming, so again, this is not one I do on a regular basis, okay? But this is one that I introduced to you guys last year, and it was a while ago. So I said, you know what, let me reintroduce myself, okay? So anyway, I'm going to go on and cut the rest of these, and then we'll be right back, okay? Y'all stay tuned. Alright, y'all, so I have all of my pieces cut. I've also went on and ducktailed. I don't know why I do that, because sometimes I'll be having to trim because I think that the length is the way I want it to be, and then it turned out to be too long or too something, honey. I need to get it together, but it's okay. I am gonna grab me a piece of string, honey, because y'all know me. When I make bows, I always forget to cut my string. I use jute rope or jute string or something like that for the bows. And then basically I'm just gonna start layering each piece. Again, this is not for those who have hand problems, okay? I will forever show you more and more bow designs as we go along, okay? But this is for those who all want to try it out. I took 4 pieces of each color, okay? That's 4 pieces of each color. And then I'm just going to, again, even this out, pinching in the middle to make sure that's where I want it to be. And then I'm going to go in and do all of my pieces together, okay? For this particular one, as you can see, there's no print on the opposite side. So what you want to do is, once you find the middle piece, you want to open it up with both of the end pieces in the inside, lay it down flat, and pinch it together to where your bow turns out to be both patterns on both sides, okay? And you just go in and add that into the mixture. Like so, okay? And what I'm gonna do is just repeat it on the opposite side and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to get the bow to flow the way I want it to flow, okay? Now, you can actually, should be able to put this in the bow dabber like this, each piece, one by one. Don't quote me on it. I don't use the bow dabber, but I think you can still be able to do that. And if you have the, there's a guy that has his own business called Deco Exchange, where he makes wreaths and home decor pieces and all that stuff for the holidays and festivities. He has a website, I think it's decoexchange.com. I can't remember his name. I introduced y'all to him years ago, or about when I first started. I think it's Damien, I think is his name. Anywho, he has a bow maker on his website that you can put these pieces in there and make you a bow that turns out looking like this as well. So I always like to refer y'all to people I know that has the proper utensils to make it work, okay? I'm coming up on my last 2 of each color. Just adding it in where I fit in, okay? Add it in where I fit in. Again, this is not for those who have hand problems. This is for those who can withstand the design. Alright. I am not squeezing this to the max. I have big hands, y'all. So this is actually just resting in between my pointer finger and my thumb. But I am not squeezing it to the max of where my hand is cramping up, for those of y'all who may be wondering. And then also it is resting on, let me see if I can show y'all. So as you can see, my fingers has a gap. I'm not squeezing the life out of this, so it's not making my hand cramp. And also it is resting on my middle finger, and my ring finger and my pinky are up under there as well, just allowing it to rest. And I just keep pushing it down as far in between my fingers as I can go. And it's basically going all the way back to the middle section between my thumb and my pointer finger. So that just gives it more space and more room to just lay down in there. Again, like I said, I'm not applying a whole lot of pressure, so I don't have a major cramp in my hand or anything like that. There's a technique to this, like, okay, you can't be going all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs with the ribbon and squeezing it all tight and stuff. But if you have small hands, it may not be for you either, okay? It's just for the big hand folk. Big hands and big feet running our family, so I'm able to pretty much pull this design off. Okay. Again, you can use his machine or his, little tool that he has. And I'm actually thinking about ordering me one as well, just to make my life just a little bit easier. Because I actually like these type of bows. So, alright, so I'm coming with my last piece. And again, I'm folding it like so and laying it down flat. And then I'm pinching them together just so I can get the pattern on both sides. And then I got to figure out which side I'm supposed to... Okay, I'm supposed to have it on this side. I'm like, I got to figure out which side I'm supposed to have the loop on, honey. Let's keep it over here. Alright. Now that we have that done, I'm going to hold this string with my pinky. Wrap it around. Come around to the other side. Just make sure that is even. And then I'm going to tie it off. Again, I have no hand cramps. Y'all can believe it or not if you want to. I have very large very large hands that can withhold this whole entire bow. Alright. Pulling my string tight so I can make sure this bow is tied extremely tight. And we are what? One and done. Okay. The only thing next is just basically fluff out everything, make sure everything's flowing correctly. You can always spread out the ribbon. And let me pull this down some so y'all can see what I'm doing here. You can always spread it out. Spread your tails out. That's the good part about this particular bow. I mean, honestly, the sky's the limit to it. Alright, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to spread that out. Add it to the basket. I close my baskets up with zip ties. Tie it on there. And just like that. Good thing about the wide ribbon, honey, you can curve it, make it flow where you want it to go. So I'm a major fan of wide ribbon, but you can always manipulate the other type of ribbon as well. You just got to figure out how to do it. Alright, fluff it out. Make sure our loops are poofy. And we good to go, y'all. Oh, y'all can't even see it. We are good to go, okay? And then I need another piece of string to go in. And we're going to secure the tags down. I've already placed a hole in the two tags that have the picture of the shoes and the robe. Loop that around there like so, and then they can actually take a look at both of these and see what actually is included in this gift concept or gift basket. And I'm gonna feed that up under. The ribbon and all the way to the back. And we're going to tie this off as well. Now, I'm not going to tie it extremely tight because I want it to hang. Actually, I know a little bit tighter than that. Right? Try it now. There we go. I want it to hang, but I don't want it to hang way over the perfume and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this is a one and done. Ready to go. Okay, type of situation. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes you know, you look at it at the bows and you're like, okay, what's happening? All right. Again, this is a one and done bow. Not for those who have hand problems. Again, I think you can try this in the bow dabber. I would say give it a shot if you want to do like different textures and different tones in a totally different way. Sometimes I just like to have like all the little tails just sprouting out along with the loops. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.